Hey everybody, I am here with another spiritual practice for this week. This one is called the Daily Examen, and this is one that you can do on your own. This is one you can do with another adult or a teenager, and this is also one that you can do with children. Matthew and I have been practicing this particular spiritual formation exercise with our kids since they were very little, and I bet a lot of you have too. Um, this particular practice was founded by Ignatius of Loyola, who was the creator of the Jesuit order, and he developed this spiritual practice when he was recovering from a war wound that was a long and difficult recovery. And as we enter into yet another week of social distancing and shelter in place, I thought I would share with you this particular practice. This is a time of reflection, the Daily Examen is, and this reflection falls into three separate categories. The first one is what was positive, the second one is what was negative, and the third one is Thanksgiving. Okay, so if you are doing this particular practice on your own or with an older teenager or an adult, we're going to talk about this first, okay? So you will want to do this at the end of your day, maybe before bed, maybe at dinner, sometime in between those two things. You will want to light a candle or do whatever it is that helps you experience God's unconditional love and to help you remember that you are entering into God's presence. Relax. Breathe deeply. Breathe in God's love and breathe out fear. Then ask yourself or your person that you are with the three reflection questions for the day. The first one being, what are you most grateful for today? If you could relive one moment, what would it be? When were you most able to give and receive love today? Any question along those lines. What was the highest point in your day? Think about it. Pray about it. Then give God thanks for that moment. Thank God for allowing you to experience that moment in the day. The next thing you'll want to think about is for what you are least grateful in your day. What were you least able to give and receive love? What was said or done in a moment that makes life difficult or that you regret? Whatever that is, take a deep breath, give it to God, ask God for forgiveness, ask God for grace, and let God's love fill you just as you are. And then the last one is a time of thanksgiving. Give thanks to God for whatever you have experienced, okay? And then if you are able to, share those moments in a prayer journal or with your person that you are with, okay? And so if you are doing this activity with children, I would recommend that you do this activity around the dinner table. And for a lot of people, my husband and I included, this looks a little bit like the game they call the high and low game, where you ask your kids what was the highest point in their day and everyone gets to share. And then you ask your kids what was the lowest point in your day and everyone gets to share. The way to turn this into a spiritual practice is at the end of both of those things, pray. Pray as a family. Thank God for the good things. Ask God to forgive us and give us grace in those bad things, or just thank God for letting us get through those bad things sometimes. If you have older kids or if your kids are just tired of being asked, what was the highest point in your day? Like mine sometimes get, got a list of questions that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that you should be able to find on Facebook and in email. Okay, and so some of those are for what moment today am I the least grateful? For what moment today am I the most grateful? When did I feel most alive today? When did I feel life draining out of me today? When was I the happiest today? And when was I the saddest? So, when did I feel good about today? And then what was my biggest struggle? Or when did I feel sad or helpless or angry? And so those are all variations on that high and low question that you can ask your kids or your teenagers if they're a little bit older, and getting a response can be a little bit difficult sometimes. The important thing to remember about the Daily Examen is to think about those good things in our day, to give God thanks for those things, to think about the the bad or the negative or the ugly in our day, and to give God thanks that we got through it, to ask for forgiveness, to ask for grace, and then to spend time just thanking God for the day that we were able to have. Okay? So I hope that you will practice this one this week. You are welcome to email me or text me or Facebook me if you did get to practice this and let me know how it went. I always appreciate hearing those comments. I hope that you enjoy this one with yourself or your family as much as I have enjoyed it personally and enjoyed practicing it with my family. Have a great day. I hope I get to see you all again in person very, very soon.